The sun was setting over the small gas station on the edge of town when the roar of engines shattered the quiet. A group of bikers, leather jackets gleaming and tattoos catching the dying light, pulled up to fuel their Harleys. People around glanced nervously. These men looked rough, unapproachable. But behind their intimidating appearance there was a brotherhood built on loyalty and silent compassion. As the bikers laughed and talked, one of them, Jake, their leader, noticed a little boy standing near the corner of the lot. The boy couldn't have been more than 9. His clothes too big for his thin frame, shoes torn at the edges. Clutching a rusty bicycle with a bent handlebar, he looked at the men with hesitant eyes. "Hey, kid," Jake called out, his deep voice echoing. "You lost or something?" The boy swallowed hard and shook his head. "No, sir, I wanted to ask if you'd buy my bike." Jake raised a brow, surprised. "Your bike? Why would you want to sell it?" The boy's eyes shimmered with unshed tears. "Mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days. She says she's fine, but I know she's lying. I thought, maybe if I sell this I can buy her food." The laughter among the bikers faded. The air grew still. Jake stepped closer, his rough expression softening. "What's your name, kid?" "Evan," the boy whispered. Jake crouched down beside him. The bike was old and barely holding together, worth maybe $10 at most. "Where's your mom now?" "Down the road," Evan said, pointing toward an old trailer park. "She's sick. We lost our house after Dad." He stopped mid-sentence, biting his lip. Jake exchanged glances with his crew. "Hop on," he said finally. "Show us where you live." Evan hesitated. "But my bike?" Jake smiled faintly. "We'll take care of the bike, too." Moments later, the roar of engines filled the road again, this time with a small boy sitting on the back of a Harley, clutching Jake's jacket tightly. When they reached the trailer, the sight broke their hearts. The door was half hanging off, and through the window they saw a woman lying weakly on a couch, her face pale, surrounded by empty cans and silence. Evan ran to her. "Mommy, they came to help." The woman tried to sit up, startled, her voice barely above a whisper. "Evan, you shouldn't." Jake stepped inside, removing his gloves. "Ma'am, don't worry. We're friends." The bikers quickly got to work. One brought in bags of groceries from their saddlebags, another called a local doctor they knew. Within an hour, the trailer was filled with warmth, laughter, and the smell of hot soup simmering on the stove. As the woman ate slowly, tears streamed down her face. "I didn't think anyone would care," she murmured. "We lost everything when my husband passed. The bank took the house, and no one helped." Jake's jaw tightened. He looked around and noticed something odd. A foreclosure notice pinned to the door with the logo of a local developer. He knew that name. The same developer who'd tried to buy out his friend's land for cheap. He stepped outside and made a call. "Yeah, I want everything on this guy. The way he's been taking people's homes doesn't sit right with me." 2 days later, justice came knocking. The bikers found out the developer had forged papers to seize properties illegally, including Evan's home. With the evidence Jake's crew gathered, the police moved fast. The man was arrested, and the town started talking about how a gang of bikers exposed corruption and helped a struggling widow get her life back. Weeks passed. The trailer was repaired, groceries stocked, and Evan's mom had started working again. The boy visited the gas station one evening, riding the same rusty bike, but this time it had new tires, a shining bell, and a small note tied to the handle. "For the bravest little man we've ever met." Evan grinned as the bikers waved, engines rumbling like thunder behind him. For the first time in a long while, everything felt right again. And somewhere in that golden sunset, the sound of roaring bikes didn't seem so intimidating anymore. It sounded like hope.